Alright guys, here's part 2 of the build. As you can see, everything's taken out. I did do a couple things off camera. The front bezel of my case actually comes off, which helps when I install the CD-ROM, the optical drive. So that's that. With this case, it's a lot harder to install stuff than in other cases. If you get like a Antec 1200, Antec, like all the Antec cases are easy, all that kind of stuff. But this, you actually have to take out one of the hard drive cages and install. I screwed it in already because I don't want to do it on camera. It would take too long. So this is my terabyte hard drive that I screwed in. It goes right here, and now I'm just going to install it and show you guys how that works. So all you have to do is drop it in, and now it's in. So my hard drive is in. Very easy. You just have to screw it into the into a cage like this if it comes in one. And all I have to do for the optical drive is really easy. You just stick it right through the front of the case and locked. It's locked in. So it's very simple. The optical drive and the hard drive are very easy to install. If you have like a floppy drive, which no one should ever have, you can put one here. And this case only allows you to have one hard drive. So that kind of sucks. But I mean, it is a terabyte. I don't think I'm ever going to use that. So that's that. Next is, I think we installed, next is when we put the motherboard in. So motherboard installation is very, very, very sketchy. Like I'm gonna actually just discharge myself again. But here's my phone. It actually is very tough and hard, and I don't really want to ruin anything. So I did get my Phillips, and I got a little pin here. This is a little plastic pin that I use right here. If you guys can see this, I don't know if it'll autofocus on this thing. But right here is a little plastic pin that I use to push stuff onto the pins and stuff, and it's plastic, so it won't like short anything, which is nice. So I have that, and then I have obviously my Phillips. So when I opened the case, it gave you all these screws, gave you a bag of screws, some zip ties, this speaker right here that does the post beep when it turns on, and screws to lock down the motherboard and all that stuff like that. So that is what you're going to use to lock down, to screw the motherboard into the case itself. I'm pretty sure it's these gold ones. But yeah, so here we have my stuff installed. This is all the power cables. This is like the front USBs and the speakers, which I'll get to later. These are the LEDs, I think, or the actual power. HD, LED. Oh yeah, these are all like the lights. And one of these are probably the power, reset and power. Yeah, so we definitely need that. Let's see. Fan, that can go out of the case if I can get it out. Then all this stuff is the power to the motherboard, to the CPU, to everything. This thing just powers everything. So I'm going to take this rubber band off and then get this out of the way so I can install the motherboard. Now I'm pretty sure that you actually screw these down into this first, and then you screw these down into the case, and then you put the motherboard on top with the gold pins, and then you use the Phillips here to screw down into these. So right there, like that. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works, like that. Not really hard, and should go like that. So I'm actually going to pause this video, and I will show you guys when I'm done screwing in all the gold pieces. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, now I'm back. Cut my finger. There is something called a motherboard, or a shield. I don't know what it is. The shield's something that is on the back here. I don't know what it's called. It's the shield that protects like the internals right here. This is where like your audio, your USBs, your HDMI, VGA, everything comes out on this. And this you actually have to install, which I forgot to. And, well, I didn't forget, but while I was putting in the motherboard standoffs, which are these brass screws right here, I noticed that it wasn't in, so I put it in, and I forgot, because I remember someone telling me, oh god, I remember someone telling me that they are very sharp. So I was installing it, pushing it through there, and I put my finger up right on underneath one of the Ethernet ones, and my finger got sliced. So there's an example of why you should be careful with that, because that the shield, the port shield, I guess, for the motherboard, all those ports, that thing is very sharp. So don't, like, when you install that thing, all you have to do is take it, you put it from inside and you push against it and you lock it in the corners and it clicks and mine's installed. But I was trying to pull it from the front and then I sliced my finger open. So watch out, don't do that. But yeah, so now I got all my motherboard standoff screws in here. They are brass screws that the motherboard will sit on top of or on it, that will ground it, so then it won't be right directly on the actual case inside. So that's that. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is like an 8th one off to the side, but I don't see that on the actual motherboard. I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't think I need that one. So I'm just gonna drop this thing in. I'm kind of scared to touch it with this because I don't know if this will do anything. But alright, ground yourself. Try not to use my pointer finger because I'm a little bit challenged. Then we go ahead and take the actual motherboard. And we go ahead and drop it in. Take this side. I can't even fit my freaking hands in here. That's my finger. All right. It is almost aligned. Almost. I think I'm going to have to pull some of this stuff through here. Okay. Alright, so that is aligned. Everything is aligned in here. So, oh, almost. I need to push this top piece up. Alright, so everything is showing through. I guess that's weird. I guess this isn't a full size. It won't even... Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one far off to the right won't even reach the motherboard because this is a half. It's a micro ATX motherboard. It's not a full-size motherboard. So I don't think that will actually work on this. So I don't think this isn't even necessary to have because it won't even reach it. So that's that. Don't need that. Now, after you have this thing on the motherboard standoffs, then you can start screwing it down. But you don't want to screw it on the same sides. You want to do like opposite corners, okay? So now we're going to take... let's see. So then we just take a screwdriver and you start screwing in into the motherboard standoffs. I'm very scared to do this because I don't like, especially with my retarded finger, like I feel like I'm a cripple now. I can't even do anything right. Alright, got one. Good. So now the other ones are all there. So now it'll just be very easy to, hopefully very easy to just align these all and screw them all in. So I'm going to fast forward this for you guys so you don't have to watch all this. You guys don't want to screw these in. I'm going to like pause it, I guess, maybe not even fast forward it. You guys don't want to screw them in very tight. You do not want to crack your motherboard at all. Also, when you're screwing in this stuff, you do not want to use a magnetized screwdriver because I don't think it's good for the motherboard, or don't even risk it, honestly. Just use a regular screwdriver that doesn't have any magnetic pull on it. So I think I'm just going to end it here. I have 4 minutes left on my camera. I will have part 3 or whatever, yeah, part 3 I think, in a couple minutes. I'm just going to screw all these down, screw the motherboard down with the Phillips, and then I'll get back to you guys when I'm done.